Welcome to Marcus Media Sports as the Janesville Craig Cougars host the Madison West Regents. Hello everyone, I'm Patrick Wiesinger at Craig High School where the status of the Big 8 crown will be determined. It's a must-win for the Cougars to share the Big 8 title against a team that handed them their only loss of the season. Janesville Craig is ranked 9th in the state and are led by Aubrey Lewis-Byers, who scored 33 the last time these two teams met. Madison West is led by Reese Gaines and his 34-point average in the last 3 games. For the Regents, it's a chance at an undisputed Big 8 championship. They are also state ranked at number 8. West won the first time around on January 22nd, 69-65, after Craig missed a three-pointer in the final seconds that would have tied the game. Joining me as always is Joe Rebound, and Joe, Dan Saunders, Aubrey Lewis-Byers, and Reese Gaines should come up big, but contributing from the other players will help decide this game.
Without question, Patrick. Good ball players, state's best ball players, Reese Gaines, Dan Saunders, Aubrey Lewis-Byers, come up big in big games, and they must come up big tonight. Aggressiveness off the boards. King of the boards, aggressiveness off the offensive boards. Both teams very good on the offensive boards. I think that's advantage. So Madison West with a 6'6", 6'7", 6'5" front line. State's best, we talked about it, Aubrey and Reese Gaines, both have to have big nights tonight. I think most importantly, both of them have to get their players, their teammates involved early on, get them going, because that will relieve pressure onto them in the latter part of the game. They will be fresh. I think transition game favors Craig without a doubt. Which team can take advantage of getting the defensive rebound, getting the ball up the floor, and finishing, whether it's a layup or it's at the free throw line, Patrick. I think also the point guard supreme. Dan Saunders, one of the best in the state, I think probably the best I've seen in a long, long time. He plays and gets everybody for Craig involved, and I really believe that his play tonight, it will probably be the difference tonight, because I really don't feel Madison has anybody that can contend him on the offensive end. Defensively, he just is supreme. Patrick, the big key tonight, though, is big players in Aubrey, Saunders for Craig, Reese Gaines for West. They have to play big tonight for their teams to have an opportunity to win tonight.
Yeah, and Craig comes in at 14-1 in the Big 8, 18-1 overall. West is undefeated in the Big 8, 15-0, and they are 17-2 overall. Number 8 in the state, Madison West. Number 9th in the state is the Janesville Craig Cougars. Starting lineups and the tip-off coming up next on Marcus Media Sports.
Hi, I'm Eric at Lakeland Custom Coach RV Center, and I make sure we're on top of the RV market. Down-to-earth prices on nearly 100 new and pre-owned RVs. We have one of Southern Wisconsin's largest selections of park models, travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, and pop-up campers. Pre-owned RVs start at just $19.95 with our exclusive 30-day warranty. Our huge selection of parts and accessories is second to none at Lakeland Custom Coach RV Center, 2 miles east of I-90 on Highway 59, Milton.
Start a new career, improve your job skills, soar to success at Blackhawk Technical College.
Convenient schedules at BTC allow me to work while I pursue my degree in police science.
I'm in marketing. I like BTC because classes I get around what I want to do on the job.
BTC's dental hygiene program will help me get a great paying job when I graduate.
It's your life. Soar to success at BTC.
And welcome back to Craig High School. Big 8 championship on the line. Starting lineups here. Mike Collins, 6-foot sophomore, starting guard for the Regents. And number 32 is Lewis Monroe, a 6'4" junior. Coming out now for the Regents, number 50, Dan Graham, a 6'7" senior. Also, we've got 55, Ben Bray, a 6'5" junior, and the big star of the team, number 44, a 6'6" senior, Reese Gaines. His final game for the seniors, regular season anyway, for the Janesville Craig Cougars. And they're going to introduce the team, Joe.
Yeah, Patrick, and I'll tell you what, the start of this game is so crucial. I really believe that who can come out, get down to business, at the start of this game and get a quick start is going to have the big advantage, and it all starts with Saunders, Lewis-Byers, and Reese Gaines for Madison West. Them players must get their other teammates involved tonight in the early going to relieve pressure onto themselves, but they must make the plays. They must make the finishes. They must make their free throws to keep their teams in it, because it's going to be nick and tuck all the way through tonight.
It's going to be a big game, a big crowd, and now they're coming out with the starters here. Number 50, Aubrey Lewis-Byers, a 6'3 senior. Coming out now, 44 is Luke Keene, a 6'2 senior. And coming out is starting tonight after being out with an injury, Ross Clawitter, a 6-foot senior. At the other guard, Dan Saunders, a 5'10 senior, and also we've got Chris Eckerman, a 6'3 senior, wearing number 52. So Ross Clawitter missed 3 games. Their long ball shooter back after an eye injury, and I guess he had some eye repair on that.
Timing, Patrick, timing. Will his timing be there? Will his shot be there? And defensively, can he be there? His legs are going to be there, but intelligence, will he be there throughout the game? Big tonight. He's got to knock down some big shots from the outside for his team to have a chance also. A lot of big play for big players, but I again say, Patrick, the play off the bench is crucial, but those 3 big players that we talked about have got to play big for their teams tonight. That's what their stars are for, and this is a total team effort. The nice thing about it, Patrick, before both games, both teams huddled up, and it was a team thing. It was all a huddleness, and everybody was together for Madison and Craig. Big game tonight.
And we're off with the game. Keene taking a possession on the tip-off. Aubrey Lewis-Byers on the inside kicks it out to Saunders, who'll shoot the long one and count it. So we start off the game with a 3-pointer by Dan Saunders.
And pushing the ball up very quickly, pushing the ball down. Aubrey dribble penetrate, kick it out for Saunders with a 3-pointer.
Reese Gaines bringing the ball down court, acting as a point guard starting out here. It's 3-0 right off the bat on a 3-pointer by Dan Saunders.
And Craig going to a 2-3 zone, really denying that post, fronting it, and giving a lot of weak side help.
And that zone is working, keeping West on the outside. And they're just going to take their time and be patient. West also good at free throw shooting, knocked down a bunch of them. 14 in the 4th quarter against Boyd in their last game. Already we've got a timeout called by Madison West. Didn't like what they saw. Pretty early for a timeout, Joe.
And a quick timeout by Boyce Hodge, the head coach of Madison West, for the very simple fact he didn't see his team attacking. They were just passive on offense. Defensively, they didn't get back. Gave an open look to Saunders. Very important. He's getting off to a quick start. And he just wanted to re-emphasize the importance of this game and really get down to business, get his players into it.
And we're back in action. That was a 20-second timeout taken by Madison West. The Regents in control of the ball, but Craig off to the early lead here. We're in the first minute of the game at Craig High School. This will determine whether or not West shares the title or keeps it outright. Reese Gaines inside, blocked, and then the shot goes up and misses by Ben Bray, and it's taken by the Cougars. Cougars pushing it up court real quick. A shot up there by number 52, Eckerman.
Well, Eckerman getting called for a charge, Patrick, and Craig really looking to push the ball. Transition game, I talked about it at the start. Craig didn't have an opportunity to finish there, and that's important.
So West, another opportunity here. Nothing went on the scoreboard that possession for the Cougars.
Craig changing up to a man-to-man. Saunders matched up out on top. Keene down low, and he's going to play a big role on the offensive boards.
Oh, nice movement in there. Reese Gaines for 2. And it's a 3-2 ball game. Back come the Cougars quickly, trying to get it to Byers, but oh, and it's taken back. So a double turnover there. Saunders driving over to Clawitter. Clawitter looks, drives the lane, underhanded, score it.
And Patrick, that dribble penetration all started with Saunders. Dribble penetration, kick out. West had to honor Clawitter's shooting ability from the 3-point, gave him the lane, and he finished.
So right off the bat, Craig up to a 3-point lead, but a turnaround shot doesn't go, and that was by Ben Graham with Aubrey Lewis-Byers hauling down the rebound. Clawwitter's going to launch a three off the rim, and it's saved inbounds nicely by Keene to Byers. Lewis-Byers over to Saunders, and back out to Luke Keene. So a lot of ball movement here now by the Craig Cougars. There's that penetration. Saunders shoots this time, back of the rim, rebound controlled by Ben Bray. He had 10 points last game against Beloit on the other end, scoring.
And that's the transition game that I was talking about, Patrick. West really looking ahead. Nice look ahead pass by Reese Gaines out front.
And it's taken away by the Regents, all by himself, number 32, Lewis Monroe. And it is a 1-point lead now by the Madison West Regents.
And an early timeout for Suter, full timeout with West getting out and running, and Craig not able to get back.
Up and down the court pretty quick here, Joe. Hard to keep up with it. Yeah, Ben Bray had 10 points last game where Gaines had 27. That was against Beloit Memorial for the Madison West Regents. And the Cougars last game was against Janesville Parker. They won out a big one, 73-43, and Lewis-Byers had 15. Keene added 13 in that game. That was the last game played before this one. Madison West already has the title in hand, but they may have to share it with Craig if Craig wins tonight. Inbounds Cougars.
And Craig pushing the ball up, but now resetting their offense.
Saunders in a battle for the ball, and it'll go back to the Regents as number 32 Lewis Monroe got in there to hassle Dan Saunders, and the ball ends up in the hands of the Madison West Regents.
And already the fourth turnover by Craig, and West taking advantage of that with 4 points.
Regents on the outside. Long doesn't go for Reese Gaines. Rebound to Aubrey Lewis-Byers up court quickly. Kicking it back to Saunders, over to Byers, and in. Oh, nice block by Bray, and that was number 24 Nick DeLormer with a shot for the Craig Cougars. And it's out of bounds the other end. It's a 6-5 ball game, Madison West on top, and we are early in the game. Well, actually going by pretty quick. We're halfway through the first quarter.
And Craig going back to the zone on the out-of-bounds play. West gonna try and push that ball down in low.
Moving around the perimeter, Monroe with a shot, doesn't go, and the rebound again. Aubrey Lewis-Byers taken away by Bray, underhanded, yes. It's an 8-5 lead by the Madison West Regents. The Cougars get it taken away again by Monroe. Lewis Monroe, 6'4" junior, having a good quarter here for the Madison West Regents.
Well, Monroe's defensive presence is already running true with causing 3 turnovers already, 2 on Saunders alone.
Trying to screen, but it doesn't work. Reese Gaines takes the ball away, dribbling down court, and there will be a foul blocking.
And Patrick, one thing that Craig is really doing wrong is they're getting the ball and they're dribbling down to the corner. They got to get the ball out of the corner. Madison West is just going down and double teaming, and with their size, it's very difficult for the size of the Craig guards to pass out of that.
Foul is called on Dan Saunders. His first, and it's inbounds. Regents up good, Ben Bray. Oh, they scored 2 quick ones there. A big 7-point lead now for the Regents. I didn't see how that second shot came about, but West, just like in the last game, jumping off to a big lead in the early going. Last time they met, January 22nd, Madison West won, and that was off of a 23-16 first quarter by the Regents. And I'm sure the Cougars have that on their mind as Dan Saunders goes to the line on a foul by Ben Bray, his first.
And Saunders and Craig really not doing a very good job of taking care of the basketball in the early going, but you got to hand it to Madison West coming out and really picking up their defensive presence, and that all started with Monroe with causing 3 turnovers in a matter of a couple minutes.
And Monroe still in the game. They took I thought they took Bray out. He's still in. West with the ball, driving, and there will be a foul. The players converge. And the foul called on Ross Clawwitter. Third team foul for the Cougars. There is 1 foul on the Regents. Reese Gaines off balance, misses, and the rebound comes back to Aubrey Lewis-Byers. Back come the Cougars, and Clawwitter can't handle the pass and kicks it out of bounds.
And maybe that timing, Patrick, not quite there yet. His legs are there, but I said it at the start of this game, Patrick, his timing, it's going to take a while for him to get back in the rhythm of, game situations.
West now taking their time. They're up by 6.
Craig really very aggressive, spreading out their defense, and that is allowing that right there, West dribble penetration.
Jeff Mack dribbles in, doesn't make it.
Oh, nice look ahead.
Oh, nice.
Saunders.
Nice look ahead. Clawwitter collects the pass, waits for the defender to fly over him, not by him, but over him.
And that all started, Patrick, with Keene and Aubrey Lewis on the boards really battling.
And we've got...
And another really nice play by Keene down low of causing the jump ball on one of the top-notch players in the state, Patrick, and Reese Gaines. And there's no question that Craig is starting to pick up their defensive intensity, and that's what happened for Madison West, which got them started, their defensive intensity.
2:11 left in the first quarter. It's a 12-8 ball game. Madison West on top right now by 4. They were up by 7 in this quarter. Long pass out to Reese Gaines, almost to midcourt. He looked down at his feet to make sure he didn't get the over and back. And now the Regents slowing it down a little bit. That's where they started out, not attacking, as Joe mentioned, not attacking on offense, just waiting to let it happen here.
Well, Craig's not spreading out their zone defense as much, and really trying to cut down on that dribble penetration.
And Reese Gaines going to take the 3. Oh boy, you can count that one. It's 15-8 now with that 3-pointer by Reese Gaines. Saunders in the lane, shoots it up, doesn't go. Rebound and Lewis Monroe on the other end as a rebound came down to Reese Gaines, and he got it up court quickly, but back up the Cougars quickly. Aubrey Lewis-Byers trying to drive the baseline, loses the ball, and the Regents take it over. It's a 17-8 ball game now. The biggest lead of the game by the Regents is right now at 9 with under a minute left in the quarter.
Well, they climb back into it, Patrick, and then Craig turns it over and not finishing on the transition as West did. And those are 4 big buckets there, Patrick. 4 big points. Monroe, great dribble penetration.
Oh, he got it up again, but it didn't go. Aubrey Lewis-Byers with another rebound. He's been doing great in this quarter on the rebounds. And with 34 seconds in the quarter left, we got to stop here. Some players coming in for both teams. And in this quarter, Aubrey Lewis-Byers has had a massive amount of rebounds, but the Madison West Regents have got the scoring, and they've got some good play out of Lewis Monroe. Saunders, the 3, no. Rebound comes back to number 42, Jeff Mack.
And right now, West is going to pull out and hold for 1. Craig changing up to a 3-2 zone now, Patrick, trying to put a man in the middle of the floor at the top of the key to stop that dribble penetration.
Gaines way out at center court. 5 seconds, he's going to have to, they're going to try the 3. And it doesn't go. That was Dan Hensrick shooting the 3 that doesn't go to end the quarter. So at the end of 1, It is the Madison West Regents 17 and the Janesville Craig Cougars 8. You are watching Big 8 basketball on Marcus Media Sports.
Happy Joe's is for kids. Every day is Happy Joe's all-you-can-eat pizza and pasta lunch buffet. Kids 6 to 11 eat for a quarter for every year. An 8-year-old, 8 quarters eats for $2. Kids 5 and under eat free. Play games, collect tickets, win prizes. Happy Joe's offers birthday party packages. And every night from 7:30 to 9,
Buy one ice cream and get the second one free.
for little kids and big kids, is Happy Joe's on Milton Avenue across from the Janesville Mall.
Craig High School, Madison West Regents leading 17 to 8 at the end of the first quarter. How'd that go, Joe? It was a pretty exciting quarter, some good play by individuals.
Well, the difference is, Patrick, is something that we talked about as a transition game. Well, I really thought that Craig had an advantage here, but again, I was wrong, and Madison West took advantage with 10 points off of 9 turnovers by Craig, all in transition. And when they can finish like that and get out and finish, I might add, and Craig cannot, those 2 buckets at the end really were big.
Craig with the ball, they sure were, because the Cougars closed to within 4, and suddenly they're out by 9. And the Cougars slowing it down from what they were doing in the first quarter, passing the ball crisply and trying to get it to Aubrey Lewis-Byers out of bounds. And the Regents will take over.
Well, Patrick, it kind of looked like a box and one that Madison West came out into. Jeff Mack, the one that matched up with Aubrey right down in the low post and just giving help. Craig coming out in a full court press now, trying to pick up their defensive pressure.
West up court, players collide, no foul inside. Shot up doesn't go. And it finally ends up out of bounds. I think that shot out down there that didn't go was by Jeff Mack.
But again, Patrick, Mack getting and West getting to that glass and to the front of the rim. But for the first time, I think not finishing at the...
Cougars, Aubrey Lewis-Byers long, doesn't go. Rebound is up and doesn't go for number 52, Chris Eckerman. Reese Gaines, top of the key, yes. That makes it 19 to 8, 11-point lead for the Regents, and they take it back on the out of bounds. The Cougars turned the ball over to the Regents. And Reese Gaines, another long one, another 3 for Reese Gaines. It's 22 to 8, and we have a timeout.
It's 22 to 8, Patrick, but the big points are off turnovers, Patrick. No doubt about it. 13 of them, and Reese Gaines hitting a big 3 there to really put the pressure on Craig, down 22 to 8 at home.
That was a long 3, too. I mean, he was about well beyond the 3-point.
Well, right now, Patrick, all the points that Craig has come from Saunders and Clawwitter, 2 guards, all from the outside. Clawwitter getting that little bunny bucket out in transition, but for the most part, not getting anything inside. That big front line of 6'6", 6'7", and 6'5", and Monroe starting at 6'4", really playing big dividends. Craig can't get anything inside the paint right now, and that box and one really threw him for a loop with Jeff Mack coming off the bench and going the one man on Aubrey Lewis, and then just giving help on the weak side.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Aubrey Lewis-Byers on the defensive end getting rebounds, but not much on the scoreboard.
No, he's doing a tremendous job defensively of getting on the boards and getting the big rebounds and getting that fast break started, but he really doesn't have any help of players finishing on the break or knocking down their open jump shots when they have them, and nor has Aubrey, and that's what they need to do.
Inbounds, Craig Cougars. Up court quickly, Aubrey Lewis-Byers gets into Eckerman. Up doesn't go, but the follow does by Aubrey Lewis-Byers. And Eckerman hit the floor hard there, holding his elbow as the Regents almost turned the ball over, being pressed at midcourt by the Cougars.
And finally, Aubrey gets on the offensive glass and gets his first points of the game at the 6:15 mark.
And we have 6 minutes left in the half. It's a 22-10 lead by the Regents. And we've got a foul. There will be 4 team fouls on the Cougars, 1 on West. That foul on Luke Keene is first as the Regents set up on offense.
Yeah, pretty clean game, Patrick, to this point. Only 4 fouls called on Janesville Craig, the more aggressive team, but they play defensive more than Madison West.
Up, shot doesn't go, rebound to number 14, Steve Sanfilippo for the Cougars. Saunders 3, yes.
And that will stretch that zone out of Madison West a little bit, and that will help out open things up for the inside game, mainly for Aubrey Lewis.
It gets the Cougars on the scoreboard with 3 big ones here. They hadn't scored in a while, and that might get the momentum going their way as the Regents are stuck on the outside again.
Patrick, something that I've noticed from Craig right now is every time the ball gets to the wing and they want to pass the ball into the post, a lot of ball pressure out on top. That will help prevent a lot of inside play that Madison West is getting.
Defense for the Cougars, keeping the Regents at bay. You saw a few moments ago Coach Bob Suter of the Janesville Craig Cougars directing traffic out there. Reese Gaines is going to shoot. Oh my gosh, the long 3 again. And it's 25-13.
Well, there's a saying that you just can't do anything about that. It's unguardable when you're that far out from the floor.
Byers inside, good move.
And he's starting to get on track, Patrick, taking that ball right to the front of the glass where he's the best at it.
It's 25-15, a 10-point lead for the Regents. With 4:15 left in the half, a big basket there by Aubrey Lewis-Byers. They need to score every time down court and stop this long ball shooter here, Reese Gaines. Well, Gaines is going to take it from the paint. He can't miss. He's everywhere. That was Reese Gaines. Here comes Aubrey Lewis-Byers. He loses control of the ball and it's taken away by Bray to Lewis Monroe. Up to Reese Gaines. Reese Gaines can't hit the short one, but Lewis Monroe gets the rebound and puts it up and in for the Regents. And again on the inbounds play, but that's not going to score. Again on an inbounds play by the Cougars, the Regents tried to capitalize. They did that before. This time there's going to be a foul call.
And another timeout, Patrick, by Bob Suter.
With 3:41 left in the half, 29-15 is our score, with the Regents pulling away, up by 14 at the moment. And that was, what, three-pointers for Gaines?
3 of them, Patrick, and it's really very tough when you spread that defensive Craig out so much, and then in reply, then you dribble penetrate. They're in a great defensive position with hands straight up, and he just knocks down a really tough shot.
Well, this crowd is stuffed into this gym. They are standing behind the band, behind us here at the end zone. They've got several layers of folding chairs and fans standing behind, and that's after all of the grandstand seats were full, so it is beyond capacity here at Craig High School for this Big 8 matchup.
Beyond capacity is the very chosen word tonight, Patrick. There is not a seat to be had in here, and it's been quite a while since I've been to a game that it's been this packed, but
well, they're getting what they paid for. A great game here. They would like to see, because mostly we got Cougar fans here, would like to see a little bit of scoring from the Cougars as the Regents are out in front, and Bray shoots one up. It doesn't go. Rebound, gets his own rebound and then loses it. As pulling out with it, number 32 is Nick Scheller for the Cougars. So
Ackerman with a tremendous block, Patrick, down low, giving up the offensive board.